Apple Watch Series 3 4K subscriber giveaway. Get subscribed. Let's do it. What's up, everybody? Welcome back for another video. So today we're going to be talking about my Kubota KX080-4 Super Series. It's a 2016. I've had it for 2 years basically. I'll show you the hours on it in a second. Primarily, this thing is a mulching machine 90% of the time. I have a FML HY FAE brand. FML is the model. 125 mulching head on this thing, and I travel all over the place and do vegetation management, which I'll be doing here today on a beautiful Saturday morning. So primarily it is hooked up to this, which is easy on it in a lot of ways. It's easy on, you know, all the bushings and all these sort of rotation and knuckle points, because you're not beating and smashing rocks and, you know, that sort of stuff all the time. It's pretty fluid movements. So as far as from the stick out, it's pretty easy on the machine. As far as the undercarriage and the tracks, I do get into a lot of areas where I am not sitting on level ground. So you're always putting strain on your tracks and your undercarriage. And there's a lot of swinging. I mean, all excavators do, but so good in some ways, bad in others. Very dusty and dirty, so you got to keep your filters clean, your radiator and all that stuff. Really had no issues with this machine whatsoever, other than fuel filters. You need to make sure, I don't know if they're all like this, but this machine, you really got to stay on top of changing your fuel filters, or the thing just basically won't work. You can pretty much tell right away when the fuel filter's starting to go if you do miss one of your periodic checkpoints. As soon as you start it up in the morning, if it starts hard, then that's obviously a good indication. But if it spits and sputters or skips at all once it starts running, you know your filters are starting to get dirty. If you're running the machine, typically when it's in full power, it will spit and sputter and just lack power big time, and a lot of times it will even stall. That's when you know that it's done, like it's completely done. But if you stay on top of your checks, you know, when you're changing your oil and when your filters are supposed to be changed, then you'd be all right. But it does not get past the hours really at all with the fuel filter, so you got to stay on top of those. But other than changing the fuel filters, the hydraulic filter, the oil, all the regular stuff, greasing obviously, I've had no issues with this machine whatsoever. So let's jump in and fire it up. It's actually +5 here today. It's the first day it's been above 0 in like a week. It's been -10, -15 at nights, and the machine is fired up every time. 1,616 hours. Fires up nice. So for me, I've got sort of the Forestry package, so I've got the sort of plexiglass on the front. I don't have the cage on right now. If I was using a harvester head, absolutely I have the cage on. I have the heavy duty rack on top though, in case, you know, a tree falls obviously. The mirrors that came on this, the only mirror I have left on it is the rear view mirror inside the cab. I took all the other ones off just because they're always in the way for me when I'm in the bush and stuff. Why did I go with the Kubota? Well, there's a couple reasons. First off, it met all the flow requirements that I needed to put this mulching head on, and there's quite a few people that have mulching heads on these machines. This is the biggest excavator that Kubota makes. But when it all boils down to it, the main reason why I went with this machine was price. This was between $20,000 and $30,000 cheaper than the Cat and the John Deere. I would have loved to have had a Cat or a Deere, but 30 grand, this is the first machine I bought. It was already a big purchase, so that's what I went with. 0% financing too at the time, so it made it very, you know, very nice that way too. I wasn't, you know, if I'm into it for 100 grand, I'm into it for 100 grand instead of, you know, 150, 160 when it's all said and done at like 3 or 4%. So that's a big reason why. And like I said, I've had no issues with it whatsoever. I've been very, very, very happy with it. I've built roads with this machine. I've done rock walls with this machine. I've repaired roads with this machine. And of course, obviously, mulching a lot. It's honestly, like I said, I can't say anything bad about it at all. It's been a great machine. I'll show you a little bit of, you know, before and after footage of what I did here with the mulching. But if you want to watch the mulching videos, I have mulching videos up already, so I'm not going to get into boring people that don't care about that today with this video. And here's also my towing setup, my 2017 F550 6.7 Power Stroke and my SureTrack 30K 25+5 gooseneck trailer. I'm going to do a review on this trailer also coming up soon. But if you want to watch some towing videos, I have some towing videos up already of towing this machine around. So we are going to do the roads I just showed you down. But first, I'm going to do this road into the tower. You can see it's grown in very bad. And yeah, you know what? It would make sense sort of to mulch my way in so the bushes aren't rubbing up against the truck. But I bought this truck knowing that I'd be coming into these situations. And the main reason why I like to sort of do out and in if I'm using this truck is because people don't really know you're in here. If they drive by the road and they look and there's nothing happening, then they don't come in and start snooping around. But if they look and they, oh, what's going on in there, and they come in and they, you know, it's a weekend, I don't want anyone in here messing around with my gear. This gear is expensive. You know, I got chains and stuff laying around inside the box and whatnot. I don't need tires slashed, windows smashed. I don't need to deal with any of that stuff. So that's my thought process. I can deal with a few scratches on a white work truck versus major repairs due to vandalism. But anyway, we're gonna jump into the machine. We're gonna get going here. And I'll show you some after footage. But overall, anyone thinking about the Kubota, I can't say anything bad about it whatsoever. It's been great. You know, this has the angle blade. The angle blade adds a lot of weight, but it works really good. It's not something that I absolutely needed, but it's something that came with it. You can also get them with the wide tracks, which is actually really good for forestry, but I wasn't waiting around for 3 months to get my machine in. This was the one that was available, so this is the one I got, and I've been very, very happy with it. Let's go for a run. Go on, go on. I got my girl Tony here with me today. Big boy Wendell is at home, still recovering. So Tony's gonna hang out with Dad today, do some work, sleep in the truck for quite a bit, but she doesn't get a chance to run around too much right now, being at her grandparents' house. So I'll let her roam around a bit today. I'll take a few breaks and let her do her thing. Alright, so here's like the interior, fellas. And it's very dirty right now, so it is what it is. You can change the controls around from what I call deer and cat controls. Right in here, you open this up and there's a lever right there. You just slide that back. The seat, this turns to stiffen it up. So like a big heavy guy, you can stiffen it up, and for someone sort of small like myself, small, you know, 190 pounds, you can tip it down some. This is your 12-volt plug here, so that's what runs the controls for my mulcher. You got all your heat vents and stuff here, and there's a one up top. There's one up here. Cup holder here. Okay, so once you're in, you turn the key, flick it on. So, turtle and rabbit, right here, that's your throttle control. This is your roof mounted light if you have one. I have that on right now. Your headlights, or roof lights I guess you can call them. Here, you can put it in eco mode, which I never use, doesn't make a damn difference as far as I know. And this is your sort of automatic or manual burn, like your regen. Wipers and wash. This is your heater, of course. This one comes air conditioning. There's your radio if you come with that. There's your hammer to break out in case stuff gets really bad. Your blade controls are here, and I'll spin around, crank her up a little bit, spin around. So these are your blade controls. So obviously up and down, and this is the angle blade. So you can angle it whatever way you need to. Works very good. So in here you have all your controls and your information. Pretty much all I ever use here is my my aux controls that runs your attachment that you have. So the first one comes up is the mulcher that I have on right now. Second one, that is your thumb. And that's it. Those are the two that I have set up right now. So here on with the mulcher, my controls are on my right hand. With my thumb, controls are on my left hand. And of course, you've got on for this here, you can set this one up for a function for mulching, for like a attachment. And also underneath too, you have a trigger, you can set it up for an attachment. Same thing on this side, you have a trigger, you can set it up for an attachment. Nothing set up for that right now. I could actually probably set that up that would run my gates, but it's just too much to go into. I just use my switches that I have mounted right here. This is your horn. Yeah, you got all that. Underneath here is, you know, your foot pedal to sort of oscillate your boom. So I'll bring it out. In case you want to get your into a tight spot, you need to. You can move your stick left or right. Foot pedals and hand controls for going ahead and back. I mean, that's pretty straightforward. It's a nice cab. It's not a bad cab at all, to be honest with you guys. I'm like 5'9", 190 pounds, but the guy who operates this, if I'm not using it, he's 6'2" and over 300 pounds. And he has no problem in here whatsoever. He finds it quite comfortable. So if he's comfortable, don't worry about it. If you're a big guy, you'll definitely find it comfortable. Another cup holder there. There's storage. There's like a storage compartment behind the seat here where the manual usually is. And of course you can throw all your empty coffee cups and stuff down there for the meantime. Washer fluid. But you know, that's the inside of the cab. It's not a bad spot at all. Especially when it's 35 degrees outside and you know, you're sitting in here with the air conditioning going. That's not too bad at all. So right now, as you can tell by the way this is revving up and down, I have it set in like the auto throttle mode. So if you can run her wide open, you know, all the time, and if you take your hands off the controls for about 5 seconds, you don't touch the foot pedals, the controls, the blade, nothing, it will automatically idle down into the slowest speed. So that's nice to have too. So we'll flick that off. The road, not bad for a few hours work, I'd say. Imagine doing that by hand, how long that would have taken. And it's a very nice job. They'll be extremely happy with that. Won't need to worry about this site for a while. So the machine does great. But in a nutshell, fellas, you know what? That is my review of the KX080-4 Super Series excavator. Like I said before, nothing to complain about at all. The machine has done great. I'm sure there's, you know, maybe better machines out there, but for the price around here anyway, this was the best way to go. It's got everything that I need, it does everything that I need, and it's holding up pretty damn well so far. But anyway guys, thanks for watching. Please like and subscribe. Any questions at all on this machine or anything else that I have, don't hesitate. That's what I'm here for. I appreciate all the comments and questions. It's pretty fun, so keep them coming. But for now, I gotta go do a little bit of running around and enjoy my Saturday night a bit. Alright guys, take care. Later. Stay safe.